Nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not your family. Not luck. If your life is going to change, you must become dangerous. There comes a moment in life when you get tired of being the same person, tired of the excuses, tired of the weakness, tired of watching time disappear while your dreams stay trapped inside your head. And maybe that moment is now, because deep down, you know you were made for more. You were not born to live half asleep. You were not born to spend your entire life doubting yourself. You were not born to stay average, but average has become comfortable. And comfort is the most dangerous addiction on earth. Comfort destroys ambition quietly. You do not even notice it happening. One lazy day becomes a lazy week. One distraction becomes a lifestyle. One excuse becomes your identity. And slowly, the person you could have become disappears. That is why dangerous people are rare, because most people choose comfort over growth. They choose entertainment over discipline, excuses over accountability, talking over action, dreaming over doing. But winners understand something different. Every day matters. Every decision matters. Every habit matters. Because your future is created in the small moments nobody sees. Not in one big moment. In the small choices, the choice to wake up early, the choice to train when you feel tired, the choice to stay focused while everyone else is distracted, the choice to continue when life becomes painful. That is where power is built. Quietly, silently, repeatedly. And the truth is, nobody accidentally becomes successful. Success is built intentionally, brick by brick, habit by habit, pain by pain. That is why discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation is temporary. Anybody can feel motivated after watching a video. But what happens tomorrow morning? What happens when life hits you again? What happens when you feel exhausted, rejected, invisible? That is where discipline takes over. Discipline says, I do not care how I feel. I will continue. And that mindset changes everything. Because once you stop depending on emotions, you become unstoppable. Most people are controlled by feelings. If they feel good, they work. If they feel tired, they quit. If life becomes difficult, they disappear. But dangerous people move differently. They understand that feelings are temporary. Purpose is permanent. That is why they keep moving through pain. And make no mistake, your pain has purpose. Every struggle you survive is shaping you into someone stronger. Think about your hardest moments. The nights nobody checked on you. The moments you felt broken. The times life humbled you. Those moments changed you. Pain matures people. Pain reveals people. Pain builds people. Without struggle, most people would never grow. That is why you must stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Because life is always teaching, always testing, always revealing who you truly are. Pressure creates clarity. When life becomes difficult, your real habits appear. Your real mindset appears. Your real identity appears. That is why hard times are important. They expose weakness. And once weakness is exposed, you can finally destroy it. But first, you must become brutally honest with yourself. No more excuses. No more blaming the world. No more waiting for perfect conditions. Take responsibility for your life. That is where power begins. Weak people blame others. Powerful people blame themselves and improve. That is why accountability is dangerous. Because once you realize your future is your responsibility, everything changes. You stop acting like a victim. You stop complaining. You stop wasting energy on things you cannot control. Instead, you focus on what you can control. your habits, your focus, your mindset, your discipline, your work ethic. And when you master those things, your entire life changes. But understand this clearly. The journey will be lonely, very lonely, because growth requires separation. You cannot stay connected to every distraction and still evolve. Sometimes becoming stronger means walking alone. Sometimes becoming dangerous means losing people. Not because you hate them, but because your future requires a different mindset. Everybody wants success, but very few people are willing to become the person success requires. Because success demands sacrifice. Sacrifice of comfort. Sacrifice of time. Sacrifice of old habits. Sacrifice of weak thinking. And the scary part is, most people never sacrifice enough. They want extraordinary lives with ordinary effort. Impossible. You must become obsessed with improvement, obsessed with growth, obsessed with discipline, not for attention, not for social media, for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you must live with who you become. And deep inside, you already know the truth. You know when you are wasting your potential. You know when you are avoiding hard work. You know when you are choosing comfort instead of growth. Your soul feels it. That uncomfortable feeling in your chest. That feeling that says you are meant for more. Listen to it, because most people silence that voice forever. They settle. They give up on themselves slowly. Not in one dramatic moment, but little by little. They stop dreaming, stop trying, stop believing, until one day they wake up full of regret. And regret is heavy. Heavy because it cannot be changed. That is why dangerous people move now, not next year, not next month. Now, because they understand time is life. Every wasted year matters. Every wasted day matters. You think you have forever. You do not. None of us do. One day this life ends. And the question is not, how long did you live? The question is, did you become who you were capable of becoming? That is the real question. Did you fight for your dreams? Did you master your mind? Did you become disciplined? Did you overcome fear? Or did you spend your life hiding from your potential? Because potential means nothing without action. Nothing. The graveyard is full of talented people who never acted. Talent without discipline is useless. Dreams without execution are useless. Knowledge without action is useless. Action changes lives. Consistency changes lives. Discipline changes lives. That is why dangerous people are action-oriented. They stop overthinking. They stop waiting. They stop making excuses. And they begin, even imperfectly. Because imperfect action beats perfect hesitation every single time. You will never feel fully ready. Understand that. Fear never completely disappears. Doubt never completely disappears. But courage means acting anyway. And every time you act despite fear, you become stronger. That is how confidence is built. Not by thinking, by doing. Every hard thing you survive teaches your mind, I can handle more. And eventually, the things that once scared you become normal. That is growth. That is transformation. But transformation requires repetition. You cannot be disciplined one day and lazy the next 6 days. You must build standards. Daily standards. Wake up and attack the day. Train your body. Train your mind. Protect your focus. Read more. Learn more. Complain less. Work harder. Stay quiet. And most importantly, keep your promises to yourself. Because self-respect is built through self-discipline. Every time you break your own promises, you weaken your identity. But every time you keep them, you become stronger internally. And internal strength creates external success. Always. People think success starts externally. No, success begins internally, with your mindset, with your habits, with your standards. Everything external is a reflection of what exists inside you. That is why mentally strong people can rebuild their lives from nothing, because power lives inside them, not in circumstances, not in money, not in luck, inside them. And once you develop that mindset, life changes forever, because now you stop fearing struggle, you stop fearing hard work, you stop fearing rejection. Instead, you become addicted to growth, addicted to becoming better. And that is dangerous. A disciplined person with focus is dangerous. A person who controls their emotions is dangerous. A person who can suffer without quitting is dangerous. Because the world cannot stop someone who refuses to stop themselves. Remember that. Most battles in life are internal. You versus distraction. You versus laziness. You versus fear. You versus excuses. Win the internal battle, and external victories follow naturally. That is why mastering yourself is the ultimate power. Not controlling others. Controlling yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, your reactions. Because once you master yourself, nobody can manipulate your future. And understand this clearly. The version of you that changes your life already exists. Inside your mind. Inside your potential. Inside your discipline. You just have to become them. Daily, painfully, consistently. So from this day forward, stop acting small. Stop doubting yourself. Stop wasting your life trying to impress people who are not building anything themselves. Focus on growth. Focus on discipline. Focus on becoming someone your future self would respect. And when the journey becomes difficult, remember this. The strongest people are not created during easy times. They are created in darkness, in silence, in struggle. And one day, all the pain you survived will become the power people admire. But until then, keep building, keep fighting, keep growing. Stay disciplined when nobody is watching. Stay focused when distractions appear. Stay strong when life becomes painful. Because every difficult moment is shaping you into someone powerful, someone rare, someone unstoppable, someone dangerous.